Hey everyone, welcome back to Homestead Corner. Today I want to talk about stocking up on meat. Making sure you have plenty of proteins in the pantry is super important. We are focusing on meats right now. We kind of go through cycles in our pantry to things that we need to stock. I try to make sure we keep everything full as possible, and other things when I want to expand something, I try to focus in that area, and then we'll focus in another area and just beef everything up overall. So today I wanted to talk about stocking up on meat, things that we're stocking up on right now, and things that I'm seeing in the grocery store. So I know there is this huge push for this fake meat and all this stuff, the vegan meat fakeness. I'm just not into it. If I want to bite on a hamburger, I want a hamburger. I don't want a fake hamburger. I have been seeing it in the stores, and I know there's this huge push against farming and all that from all the governments globally. I saw these new fake meats in the canned food section, and I will put them over here. These meats they're plant-based meats, but I happen to notice there is 4 ounces of meat in these packages. It's like dried, or I'm not sure if it's freeze-dried or dried. I really didn't look at it too much, other than it was 4.5 ounces, and it was almost $8 for that one package of meat. Good Lord. They don't want you to have any meat, and they want you to eat plants that cost twice as much as meat. I don't know. I've made black bean burgers. They don't cost nothing to make. I don't know how they could justify these prices for fake meat. It doesn't make any sense. But they're doing it. That's what it is. So making sure you have plenty of proteins and meats in your pantry right now is so important for the long haul. I think this is the long haul. We need to make sure that we have got plenty. You'll be surprised when you're only eating from your pantry how quick it goes. It's not as much as you think it is. You need a lot more than you think. You figure 365 cans of food looks like a lot of food, but that's only 1 can for one person a day for a year. That's really not enough to sustain you. You're not going to be able to do anything. You won't have enough calories to have the energy to do anything else. That's not going to work. So you really do need a lot. And if you have a big family, you need a lot. So the things that we are working on right now for meats, fishes, I think fish is important because they're high in protein, fatty acids, all that good stuff for you. I really like the canned salmon and the canned tuna. I love canned shrimp, but canned shrimp is still very limited in the stores. I did see 2 cans today, but those tiny little cans are now over $5 a can. I couldn't even believe it. It was just so expensive. There's no way that tiny little can of shrimp is going to feed enough people to make $5 even reasonable. So, and I also grabbed a can of crab meat. These were still in the $2.50 range, I think, which isn't too horribly bad. I like these to add to stews, like a seafood stew or something like that. I can take a can of clams and shrimp, and I can my own shrimp because it is so much cheaper, and it's not hard to do at all. And you can take a couple different cans of stuff and make a nice huge seafood chowder, which is great. Add in those potatoes, corn if you want, anything that really beefs it up and makes it a big meal. And so you can feed a lot of people, or you can eat it a bunch of times, one or the other. The next thing that we are stocking up on I noticed we've got a few of these hams in the stores. There are not a lot. These hams in our area are hard to come by. The DAC hams have been gone for over a year. Those are my favorite, but these are not too bad either. We like them, and you can cut it up like Spam, kind of fry it and crisp it, and it gives it a pretty good flavor. So you can add these to soups, stews, stir fries, all kinds of stuff. Stir fry is a great way to go, especially if you have a large family. You can use a little bit of meat and a little bit of vegetables and really beef it up with that rice, and throw an egg or two in there and really make it a nice hearty meal for pretty inexpensive. The next thing is Spam. They had a great selection of Spam at the store when I was in there, and they had a whole bunch of different kinds. I like to get the 2-packs because it's a little bit cheaper to buy them packaged together. And so I usually buy them that way, a couple of 2-packs at a time, just to add where we can. And the next thing is corned beef hash. We really love corned beef hash. I do. And I like to have it with breakfast, and we make it for dinner sometimes. We have breakfast for dinner, and it's got a lot of nice proteins in there, and it's just delicious. It's a great comfort food for me. And we do can up, and we are working on canning up more of our favorite meats and things like that. I don't buy all of my canned meats at the store. Some of them, the store ones work great, and some I don't love them, so we can them ourselves. But if you cannot can food, that's okay. Just keep plugging away at the store the best you can. Even if it's only 1 or 2 things at a time, it all adds up, and it really beefs up your pantry. We do love home canned beef and chicken. Those are the ones that we like to do. I don't like canned ground beef. It's just not my thing. I don't love it. The texture of the ground beef it changes that ground beef. So I do beef chunks and chicken. And if you can get chicken on sale, canning it yourself is way, way cheaper, because this 1 pound of chicken meat that's in here cost me about $1 to can it. It's if you can get it cheap. And I know the prices are just rising so fast, so the sooner you get it, the cheaper it's going to be for you. I did see our local grocery store, Hannaford, had boneless, skinless chicken breast for $1.49 this week, which really is a great price. All you gotta do is stuff it in a jar and can it. It literally is the easiest thing to canned chicken. So that's one of the things. And another one is the shrimp. When you can get shrimp at a good deal, the frozen shrimp works great. If you can get fresh shrimp, even better. But can it up, get it in the pantry so you have some of those fish that you enjoy. We don't have tons of it, but we have some, so we can mix it in and just give us a little bit more variety. And that is so important in your meal plan, is to have variety. Food fatigue can be a huge, huge problem. And another thing is canned soups. This is just a chicken soup that we put together, and they are really easy to can yourself or buy them at the store. Whatever works for you, definitely. I like the home canned ones because we have like turkey soups and things like that. Once the turkey's cooked, you can just shred it all up, toss in your veggies, make a really fast soup, and can it off, which is nice. We do that with our leftover turkeys. Things like that, to just any kind of soup that you can have with protein in it. I count these as proteins on the shelf. It's a complete meal, really. It's got my veggies, it's got everything in it, and anything that you really enjoy. If you love herring, sardines, things like that, I think now is the best time to get as much stocked as possible. These prices just continue to rise, and it is getting more difficult for everyone. We're seeing more and more people putting stuff back on the shelf, looking at the price, walking away. It's just awful. It really is awful, and it's not going to get better anytime soon. So get your pantry stocked up, and if you have a favorite meat that I didn't mention here today, put it in the comments down below. It really helps other people. It might be their new favorite. It might be something they just forgot to put in their pantry, didn't think of. So that's it for today. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Stock that pantry.